Hey, what's going on, guys? So today was a pretty crappy day in the markets. Complete capitulation. If I zoom in, let's see. If I zoom in, just look at that. Terrible. And then SPX. So it looks like the markets got hit on both ends on different news. One being surprise COVID round two, fears of that. Hopefully, it's just blasphemy. Um, the last time, but then again, that was the first time that we had a pandemic like that, modern age pandemic. Well, when COVID happened, it originated. We know where COVID comes from, but the time it took for it to become a pandemic, it took almost a year from like 2019 going to 2020. The news started making rounds of it in China. So for this to just pop up, I'm not like worried or like crazy that might signal a top. Crazy enough to think that it might signal a top because it just came out of nowhere. Um, so again, just news, necessary FUD for the markets. I don't know if I updated this chart. I must have changed it, but I do possibly see the SPY. I'm glad it pumped up. Maybe so it'd probably be a higher low would be great. I'd be loving that. Um, what else? Bitcoin. So for crypto, the other end, Ethereum got well, Bybit got hacked, and it was during a routine transfer of funds from a cold wallet to a hot wallet. In crypto, cold wallet is basically you don't use it, like you don't do transactions on it online, so that the address is traced nor transactions traced, and then basically you don't put it online, but it has to be online when you do send funds. Oh, no, it doesn't, but a hot wallet is. You're being traced. You're setting a trail. You're doing transactions. So I guess somebody they don't have the full details. The CEO was on a live video talking about it, but the hacker, I guess, because it's routine, I guess the hacker was able to get into the person that transferred the funds and change the UI and then change the smart contracts so that when they approved of the transaction, they were approving it on a ledger. The person didn't know what they were saying. It's probably to them it's routine. So what it is a bunch of addresses. So you can't really know if something's been changed or not because it's thousands of digits. When you approve it, at first you see it and you're like, oh, it looks good, and then you approve on your ledger. You're saying you're good, and of course the hacker manipulated the smart contract, got its way to 1 point, I think it's 4 or 5 billion Ethereum, and spread it out in 53 or 57 different wallets, something like that. That's crazy. That's a lot. Usually when you do that, a good chunk is given or like redeemed back or like because it's a trail. Now there's gonna be people like working or like on the other end trying to, I guess, hack from them. That's usually how it goes, and it could be institutional, federal. But um, they said the hackers were from North Korea. So that was interesting. That's what caught my eye. I was just like, that's pretty trippy. Anyways, a look at the markets. Yeah, so the FUD was pretty bad today. Just overall, just not a great day. And Fridays have been shit. Bitcoin's still in our bullish thesis, so it doesn't really change much. This just tells me, if anything, we're gonna get the worst. I put it as the worst outcome. The bear thesis. We're not getting bull theses. I changed this so that way when we go lower, this is how it would play out. March has to be the month where we rally. If we don't rally, then something's up. A top is in. I'm not worried. I'm pretty confident that, well, at least it could be ignorance, but I'm just saying I'm confident in thinking that Bitcoin will rally in March because around this time it always does, or it's actually later. Previous halvings it has happened a little bit sooner, but their times differ. Let's see. I think I put the arrows. Their times differ when it does happen. Is it this one? I put arrows to show where we are. It's this one. So it play out on this one, the bear thesis. So we still have more room to come down. Bitcoin can come down because then it doesn't cross its both its bullish support band and its I think it's the 100 EMA or the 200 EMA. I get them mixed up all the time. But if you compare last cycle, we are right here. If you were to count down from days after halving, we're right here. This was the low before we had our next rally up. Finished the leg up on that year peak. And then if I go to the next halving cycle, we are right here before had a consolidation before it rallied. So I still believe we will have a leg up. It's just the market. It's funny with Bitcoin. It's always in the moments where it's like about to, or it's leaning on the moment that it has to rally or not. Like Bitcoin will wait till the very last minute or day or whatever, just the last moment that matters before it rallies or makes its move. So we can go lower, and I'm thinking we are gonna go lower again on Bitcoin. Anywhere in here from 85 to 82, 83K, I'm thinking. I don't think we get lower than 80K. I really don't. I think that's crazy to think. If we do, I'm buying the shit out of that. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, I swear. I'm trying to cut back on swearing, but I can't. The only moves that I see that are really... Because honestly, I'm looking at some of these. The miners look terrible. This is not a good candle on the miners. And then bull support band, they're still under. I know small caps has been devastated, but that is not a good chart. Basically, the only thing that's going to save, I think, small caps is liquidity. I know China just did its liquidity, so there'll be some funds coming in, but I don't know if it's enough. I think mention of the sovereign wealth fund purchasing Bitcoin or the Bitcoin reserve. I think it will take some time for the Bitcoin reserve. Or no tax on crypto would really send Bitcoin higher. I think there's investors waiting on some stuff like that or a rotation. There's a bunch of sovereign wealth funds. Africa was the latest one. But there's a bunch of other countries that their sovereign wealth funds, they buy Bitcoin. The way it works is you're buying assets and then you're using the investment and the gains from the investment to either, I guess, the country decides or the leaders of the country decide what to, infrastructure, reinvest, things like that, for weaker economies. But let's see, for the U.S., this is a great thing now that Trump's put that in. So with a sovereign fund, a lot of people have rumored, they're saying they're just going to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. The best move, honestly, when I look at a lot of these stocks, to me, they still look very toppy. Like I've said, Hood, I should have put puts. I said to myself, this is going to 50s this week. And what do you know? I did. I should have bought puts. Hood, that's Hood. Coin, I didn't like. It touched and I could tell this was going to go lower, and it did. It's probably going to come here at 202. So Bitcoin will go lower. MSTR, the one I was hoping would really hold out, but I do see it going lower. That's not a good candle. Probably go and fill. I don't doubt it will fill this gap right here at 277. If not, the lowest low would be 219. But I think that's stretching. We'll see. MSTR looks way better than Coin. The miners don't look too great. BT. I haven't looked at some of these, so just seeing them now is like, damn. Yeah, BT can't get below 230, and then 245, 247. That's pushing it. If it does, if the miners do invalidate, because there's so many factors that are affecting them going lower. So you have the macroeconomics, you have small caps on top because they're small cap companies. So if they invalidate, the next rally we do get, sell it all. It would be, of course, it's going to retest the highs, so 514. And I have, and some of us, I know we're still in the BT May calls. I don't doubt it will eventually pick up even before May or shoot the month of May. If this is the case, then yeah, if it invalidates, we'd have to sell those all. MSTR, I'm really not worried about. I think it'd be fine. It just tracks Bitcoin. Uh, Before I look at the altcoins, let me look at some of these stocks. Tesla is following my price action. I do see it going lower. Just the way things are right now. These next 2 weeks, I think the market will just go lower. Um, who asked me for one? Oh, Palantir. Like I said, I sent out texts to everyone I know who's in Palantir. Take profits. The CEO sold a large amount, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when a CEO does that, it usually signifies the top. Amazon. There's another one. I don't. I don't know if it's Apple or if it's SoFi. But whenever the CEO sells, like that's a top, something like that. But for sure, Amazon, Jeff Bezos usually when he sells is a top. Yeah, Palantir has a huge gap. I don't doubt it will fill this gap right here. So it'll go to the 85s. If you haven't sold, you need to sell. Or it takes. When I mean sell, take some profits. Don't sell the whole thing. This might not be the top for the market. We could just be a pullback. This could be a 3, and then May we go up higher, or it will retest the top. Most likely, Palantir is looking like to me it will retest the tops. Nvidia is gonna. I do think they have earnings coming up next week, I believe. So I do think it's just gonna consolidate right here. Their earnings are gonna be good. I don't doubt it. They'll be fine. They always are. Let me bring up the watch list so it's easier for me, so I know what I'm looking at. Coin, Hood, Palantir, Nvidia. Yeah. Netflix is overvalued. Who's somebody in here? Oh yeah. Costs. You wanted me to check out costs. Yeah. I mean, well, he's probably not watching or haven't seen the link. Take profit on this. I told him to take profit. I didn't even check the price, but I knew it was super high. Costco, yeah, it will retest a low. I don't doubt it'll go, yeah, 955. I don't doubt it. It just looks like it. It'll go 955 and then probably retest the top in May. That's what a lot of these stocks look like. A lot of these stocks look like they hit their top. They're gonna test the support, and then they're gonna put in or retest their resistance and then capitulate. That's what it looks like. So that's why I say a lot of or about the markets. I keep saying that May I'm thinking that's our peak, somewhere around there, and then I'll do altcoins. Well, Ethereum is basically being held hostage, like 1.4 billion of Ethereum. Like the foundation, Ethereum foundations, the founders don't even have that much Ethereum. I think it's like they have 690, not even a billion. It's like 690 million. So don't look good. And then Ethereum's not all. Oh, Ethereum didn't get hacked, but also Ethereum isn't the only one who's had something like this. Solana had it, as most of the alt layer ones actually have. Now that I think about it, Polygon not good. No bueno. I think it's gonna go 0.244. What else do I have? Solana. Solana needs to pick up. This doesn't look bueno. Put the fibs. Ooh, could go lower. Yikes. Damn. 0.236. Oh, that's tough. Then it's just going to be supply and demand zones down here. If 160 can't hold, then it's just going to be, oh, no bueno. No bueno. Doge. I have questions on that. Sorry, I need to bring up my crypto. Watch this, okay. Doge needs to. It honestly is the bullish looking meme and altcoin. It does need to pick up. If it's followed this, and I think it can pick up with us going into March. Basically, this and Trump are the strongest looking meme coins, and I wouldn't advocate. I mean, these are the only ones I would advocate: Trump and Dogecoin, because I do think those will actually, once we get into alt season, I bet you money that those will do pretty well. So if it can't bounce from this area 2-0, the 2-3, it's going down here, the 18, and then it would go lower to 14, 13, 12. It would just chill in there. Um, whiff is basically it's waiting on Bitcoin and Doge. If Doge does well, this does well. If Bitcoin does well, this does well because everything does well because if Bitcoin does well, so it's waiting on that. Um, yeah. Today was not dope in the markets. Best move just DCA as usual. Just if you want to put cash on the side and try to get Bitcoin at a lower price, that'd be great. But the best move is just DCA into Bitcoin. Um, Also, if you want to do I recommend MSTR shares. Don't do calls. There's too much FUD right now. It's tough. You never know. So just do shares. MSTU, MSTR. Any proxies to Coin or Hood, that'd be awesome too. I mean the leverage ETS, but do shares. But yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Otherwise, I'll keep ranting. All right, later, guys. Have a good one.